Welcome back to the Nuzlockes, my series where I dance in the line of copyright and try to complete every single Pokemon game in a row as a generation lock with no repeat Pokemon. You know the drill, playlist on my channel, the rule set's there too. I want to get right into the series, but I have a special announcement. I'm doing a 500 subscriber special Q&A because I love you guys and I can't believe how far I've come. So if you have a question about my channel, my origins, my life, or just bizarre things you should never ask another human, comment down below in this video. You can also ask the Q&A page on my Discord. Send as many questions as you'd like. One thing I'd ask is break each question into separate comments unless the questions tie together. Anyways, without further delay, let's get into Saga 3, Leg 10, and the final Kanto episode, Pokemon Leaf Green. We already handled all the boring introduction during my long-winded intro, you're welcome, and we bring out our team from the box. Evil Rigby Jr., Boone Jr., Cook the 3rd, Takeru the 3rd, Ronaldo the 7th, and Slicer X the 10th. That's right, baby. The prophecy has been fulfilled. We are on Slicer the 20th. We dropped double time the Bulbasaur in the box. One day. And we head right on over to fight Brock. Wait! Never forget the catching tutorial. Never, 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 never. This time we make the surprise play by leading with Boone. Sorry, Ronaldo. Next time. We swept with Arm Thrust. And if you're an astute observer, you've noticed by now that these Gen 3 games wig out for some reason on me. I don't know if it's the candies or the hacking in Pokemon, but Pokeballs shrink, Pokemon disappear, and it's a little weird. Thankfully, I did some testing, and whatever bug that causes this is ineffective in Gen 4, so we won't have to worry about that for much longer. We head into Mount Moon, and although I wanted to try my hand for a Clefairy or Onix, I stupidly went to the one floor I said I wasn't going to go to until we got an encounter and got a Paris. Your general oh god, wait, no! No! Guys, we're not getting Clefable, and we're not getting Onix. God damn it! No! My god! My god! We name him Landlord and press. However, we ran into trouble with a Rocket Grunt, and somehow, some way, we lost Boone to a Hyper Fang Rattata. It just seems to me that there's only two things in Nuzlockes I can't keep safe. Pokemon named after anime, and Guts users. We arrive at Cerulean and add Landlord the Paris to the team. Although this may seem like a crazy pick, I'll explain why over the nice view at Nugget Bridge. We catch a Sandshrew named Samantha and evolve Evil Rigby into a Mightyena for nice early game stats. On our date to Nugget Bridge to discuss Paris, we were interrupted by none other than Ryan from Ryan's World and were challenged to a duel. We spam Ember to burn and eventually KO Pidgeotto, and Rattata comes out. With Boone still fresh in my mind, I switch out to our early game tank Slicer X, before realizing his damage output was too low, so I pivot back into Takeru for an attack drop, and then into Ronaldo so I can have the W positioning I needed to take down Rattata, watch as Pidgeotto pops in just to fall to burn and KO Charmander with a couple attacks. Now, let's discuss business, shall we? Paris line. Terrible typing, terrible moveset, terrible stats, terrible ingredients, Papa John's. So, why? Well, to be honest, I learned a lot from owning a Growlithe. A lot of Pokemon actually have to wait as a babe in the woods before they can reach their full potential, especially in older games. Paris is actually one of these Pokemon, but due to it being really bad in general, it actually reaps some pretty good rewards from this system. Although both forms are able to learn Spore through level up, Paris gets it at level 25, and for reference it evolves at level 24, which means it's not bad at all. And it also has the ability Effect Spore, meaning effectively we have our poor man's Breloom. Anyways, now that we've established a newfound love for one of the most mid Pokemon of all time, we evolve Ronaldo into Quagsire and face off against Misty, whose Staryu stood absolutely no chance as we slammed it into submission. To test our new little bugger's power though, we switch to Landlord, who takes a rapid spin and gets decimated by Swift but lands a Stun Spore in exchange. We Intimidate to attack drop Misty's normal moves, but don't risk the double due to Takeru's typing and go back to Ronaldo to finish the job and win our second badge. We make our way to Vermilion, take a last look around the SSN, and for one final time, we do the world's best gym puzzle. Okay. Meaning the other lock is here. This game is bullshit. Okay. Okay. Let's try this again. Also, one smart play just to save when you have the... You know, you have a really good point, Joe Frost, and oh my god, yeah. Yeah, that would have been the smarter play, but let's do that so we can actually have, the rest of our day. We face off against Lieutenant Surge, and you'll never guess what happened. Ronaldo swept.
Oh, don't say it. Don't say it, Felix.
We had to sell it on, buy our items, get our TMs, go to the game corner, hack in coins, buy out all their items, TMs, and a Porygon named Jade. We learned Spore, allow Landlord to evolve, and then went on to face Erika. Despite paralysis and going on a psychedelic trip, we get Victory Bell to a Sliver, so we move into Takeru and secure the KO. From there, it was an easy sweep. While traversing through Puzzle Hell, we get to test out our new Spore technique on a few grunts before finally challenging Giovanni in battle. We sweep Onix and Rhyhorn with Ronaldo's Water Pulse, and Kangaskhan comes out. We get hit with a Fake Out and Tail Whip, we land a crit Water Pulse, and we decide we need to switch. Yeah, we're gonna have to switch here because of the defense drop. Critical hit, that's pretty good. We're gonna go into Evil Rigby for the Intimidate, and then go right into Takeru for double Intimidate. And then that just leaves Bite. That would do really good damage. And then we're actually just gonna go for a third one because I think it's funny. I'm just gonna go for a fourth one because I think it's funny. Then like a fifth. And then like, you know, a sixth. And then we're gonna go to Landlord. After that, we make our way to Pokemon Tower and see Ryan crying over his lost Raticate, but it gave us flashbacks to Boone, so we decimated his team. We evolve Cook and head right back to fight Team Rocket again. To be honest, we've seen it so many times, so the cliff notes are Spore came in handy against Alakazam, and Ronaldo is the MVP once again, destroying Giovanni's team. It was now time to prepare for Sabrina, the notorious Psychic-type gym leader. This would be the last time we would ever face Sabrina in a Kanto game, and I wanted to be prepared. In fact, I wanted to be so prepared, I went to the lengths of bringing a mighty Yina to the next game just so we could wall this gym leader. But who would we replace Evil Rigby with afterwards? After looking through the box, I landed on Porygon. Although it surprised my chat, it made sense in my eyes. Porygon was a Pokemon we would almost never see again after these games. On top of that, since I had Impossible Evolutions on, we could get our hands on a Porygon too. A solid tank and special attacker with a wide move pool. Perfect for what we needed. On top of that, we'd only need to get it through one more game after this before we unlocked access to Porygon Z. And the icing on the cake is, since there's only a 20-point stat difference, if we had strong special attackers, we wouldn't need to worry about evolution regardless. But for now, we took our team as is, taught Slicer X Rock Slide, allowed him to evolve, and went off to face against Sabrina. We lead with Landlord and use Spore on Kadabra, who sets up a Reflect. We switch to Evil Rigby and KO with Shadow Ball. We switch to Takeru, who gets confused but KOs with Flamethrower. We switch back to Evil Rigby for Mr. Mime, who sets up a Calm Mind and attempt to create another Giga Kazam. I decide since Mr. Mime is going to Baton Pass regardless of what we do, I use Scary Face to drop speed and Sand Attack as it further stacks with Barrier and Calm Mind. It finally Baton Passes, and part of the danger to us is I lost track of how many booster drops it actually got. We go for a Shadow Ball, which does about half, it Calm Minds, and we get it to a Sliver. It then started to use... oh god, it started to, use Recover. Yeah, no, I just have to keep Shadow Balling. Hope for a crit. Come on, crit. We need a crit. Okay, special defense drop. That's huge. I'm going to try and go for another one. We just need a crit. We just need a crit. We just need a crit. Come on. So I'm going to go for another bite. Critical hit bite! Critical hit bite! We won. Oh, wait, forgot. Sorry, Mr. Mime. Get off my screen, dude. You piece of garbage. You were the catalyst. Man, what an end to such an iconic gym leader fight here on Spizalock. We made our way to the box and dropped off Evil Rigby and allies. We add Jade to the team, and although Evil Rigby was little more than backup Intimidate and Sabrina Nuke, I was gonna miss him. While getting Jade caught up in levels, we accidentally let it forget Recover, meaning we just unlocked ourselves a mushroom gathering quest for the Move Relearner, but that's for pre-Blaine Spizzles to worry about. Anyways, we evolved it into Porygon 2. We then taught it Psychic and Thunderbolt. Recover or no recover, it was time to take down Koga, and it's Slicer X versus Coughing. It survives on a Sliver from Rock Slide. They waste a healing item, but we take it down regardless. We switch to Ronaldo. Muck sets up an Acid Armor, and we KO in 2 EQs. We yawn on Coughing and switch to Slicer X, who KOs after a heal spam by Koga. Koga whips out his stage 5 testicular cancer and we take it down in a few more rock slides. If you've made it this far, comment down below who your favorite member is, dead or alive. I'm curious. Also, consider subscribing. I'm a small YouTuber, and chances are if you're this far into the video, you at least kinda like my work. And your small contribution can really add up over time. So, thank you for subscribing, and let's get back to the video. At Cinnabar, I am reminded that it's actually post-Blaine we get access to the movie learner, so we face off against Blaine, and, yeah, it's another Ronaldo Slicer X sweep. We find Bill, go to the islands, do the thing with the bikers, and then make our way back to Mount Moon. Although we can't have any repeat Pokemon, that applies to Pokemon eligible to use in battle. If we need a Pokemon for an HM slave, or in this case to collect mushrooms, it's fair game. After amassing a small army of Paris, we liberate them by collecting their mushrooms, and we head back to the island on Cook's back. Wait, how does he fly? And we learn Recover. It was time to defeat Giovanni once and for all. Here's the team's items. Get our items real fast. Yeah, we have Mystic Water for Surf. We have Leftovers. We have Trace. Charcoal, Quick Claw, Miracle Seed. Yeah, we're good on items. Oh shit. Ronaldo, 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 Ronaldo. Ah, that was fun. Alright, now let's go bully a child. Ryan needed to be humble before we entered the Elite Four Gauntlet, so we send out Jade and Thunderbolt takes care of Pidgeot. Ronaldo takes care of Rhyhorn. Cook takes care of Execute. We switch to Jade for Alakazam, who sets up a Calm Mind and land a clutch freeze off Tri-Attack. However, it immediately thawed. Luckily though, we dodged Disable and KO. Gyarados falls to Thunderbolt, and Charizard almost went the same way, but unfortunately held on, only to be taken down by Slicer X. As we made our way through the gates, I couldn't help but feel a little emotional. This journey was about to take a big turning point. We were finally leaving the Kanto games for good, and after Ruby, Gen 3 entirely. I showed off badge after badge, making my way to Victory Road, remembering the fallen friends who got us to this point. Of course, out of all of them, Light came to mind the strongest. I still missed having her on my team, but if she could see us, she would be proud her best friend, Slicer X, was leading the way to Ryan's World's demise. We made it to the league and then had some pressing matters to attend to. We couldn't find a good suitor for the final team member, aka Landlord's replacement. Landlord had some moments here and there, but most of his use came from off-screen battles, shutting down low-level trainers to save a few seconds. And although Spore and Effect Spore would be nice coming to a new region, having a Paris would not be. So we tried getting an Umbreon, but it seems Universal Pokemon Randomizer was not allowing that, even when I cheated in Max Friendship. Then we tried getting an Electabuzz, but that's only in Fire Red. So it was looking like we had to make a choice. Would we be taking Landlord or Evil Rigby Jr. to the next game? Did we want to start Ruby with a Poochyena or a Paris? My chat was split and so was I. So we settled it with a coin flip. Okay. 5 coin flips. We'll make it 5 for more drama. 5 coin flips. No, you know what? 10 coin flips. 1. Heads. Heads for Evil Rigby. Tails for Landlord. Alright, 2 heads. 3 heads, 3 to 1. 4 heads, 4 to 1. Shit, 1 more head and it's over. 2 to 4. It's first to 5, I guess. Yep, alright, Evil Rigby won. Evil Rigby caught the train as it was departing and rejoined our team before we left for Hoenn, kicking Landlord out and leaving him behind for good. Since I don't want this episode to drag, I'll show you the teams and we can get right into the battles. We're good. Sorry, for the team, for the squad, we have Ronaldo with Mystic Water, Water Absorb, Amnesia Surf, Yawn, and Earthquake. Slicer X with Quick Claw, Battle Armor, Rock Slide, Surf Slash, and Ice Beam. We have Hook with Leftovers, Early Bird, Drill Peck Fly, Double Team, Quick Attack, or Tri Attack. We have Takeru the third. Charcoal, Intimidate, Extreme Speed, Overheat, Iron Tail, Flamethrower. We have Jade, Leftovers, Trace, Thunderbolt, Tri-Attack, Recover, and Psychic. And then we have Evil Rigby, Black Glasses, Intimidate, Scary Face, Shadow Ball, Toxic, and Crunch. Jade, with the power of Thunderbolt and Recover, took down Dugong, Cloyster, and Slowbro. Lapras is next and confuses us while we heal. We paralyze next turn, get full para, and land Recover the next turn. After a couple more Thunderbolts, we KO and Jinx comes out. We get put to sleep and chipped away to low health, but we wake up and land a Tri-Attack, doing most of her health. We switch to Takeru for the KO, but Jinx confuses us, infatuates us, and puts us to sleep, and chips away at us until Takeru is out of commission. Evil Rigby also gets fodderized, and even though Ronaldo tried his best, RNG Goddess Jinx was simply too powerful for our team to handle. I use my one healing item on Ronaldo and break through with an EQ. Next up is Bruno. We take down both Onyx with Ronaldo and Hitmonchan comes out. Ronaldo takes a Sky Uppercut on the chin and lets out a yawn. We switch to Cook as Hitmonchan wastes its last turn on a counter and falls asleep. We use this opportunity to spam Double Team, but we only get 2 off and then get hit with Sky Uppercut. We KO with Drill Peck and Machamp comes out. We take a risk and go for the Drill Peck. However, Machamp wastes its 1 turn on a Bulk Up, and with its Citrus Berry bringing it out of heal range, we KO the next turn. Hitmonlee's last, and we OHKO with a final Drill Peck. Agatha's up next, and we try and take down Gengar with Psychic, but Evasion and Confusion was scary, so we finish it with Slicer X Surf. Golbat's out, and we KO with Rock Slide. We get Haunter low with Surf, but get put to sleep, so we switch to Evil Rigby, who is locked into battle and KOs with Crunch. Arbok's out, and we switch to Ronaldo to KO with an EQ and Yawn, the final Gengar. Switching to Evil Rigby and securing the victory with a couple more Shadow Balls. We now face our final hurdle between me and Ryan. Lance. And although this wouldn't be our last time seeing him, it was time for our final Kanto game, Showdown. Gyarados is down to Thunderbolt, but after dealing some damage we switch to Slicer X to deal with Aerodactyl via Ice Beam as we tank Ancient Power. We use Ice Beam but get paralyzed. Not wanting to risk it all, I switch to Cook, who tanks an Outrage and KOs with Drill Peck. Lance heals as we try and KO Dragonair number 2, and we take the opportunity to fully restore Slicer X. We finally secure the KO, and Dragonite hits the field. We switch to Takeru and then Evil Rigby for double Intimidate to deal with Wing Attack and Hyper Beam, but Dragonite starts to use Outrage. Wanting to stall it out to utilize Confusion turns, I switch back to Takeru for another attack drop and pivot to Slicer X now that he was confused. With our attack plan working perfectly, Dragonite hits itself twice, allowing us to safely KO with a couple Ice Beams. Now it was time to face him. The champion. The final champion. Between us and our final escape from these Kanto games. We faced Ryan's World, who said they were ready to unbox our team, and not taking that disrespect, we tee up and start the final showdown. It's Jade versus Pidgeot. We shrug off a meaningless Feather Dance and KO by spamming Thunderbolt. 5 to go. With Ryan thinking we finally ditched our 3-legged pooch, he sends out Alakazam, but we give him a little surprise and KO with Shadow Ball after he failed to hold the heal stall. 4 to go. We switch to Ronaldo, who tanks an EQ, and KOs with Surf. 3 to go. We switch into Takeru for Exeggutor and KO with Flamethrower. 2 to go. Gyarados comes out and intimidates us. We switch to Jade, who eats a Dragon Rage and a Thrash, and OHKOs with a TB. 1 more to go. Ryan's Charizard hits the field, so after bullying it with a double Intimidate, we switch to its type matchup Antithesis, Slicer X. He tanks a Fire Blast and is burned. We go for an attack. Charizard outspeeds, lands another Fire Blast. But it's no match, because Slicer X finishes it off with a Rock Slide, winning us the leg and our ticket out of Kanto. I walk to the Hall of Fame, proud of my team to have made it this far, and Slicer X living 10 consecutive games in a row. It's been a real fun ride, and I'll see you all in Ruby.